STARLINK Satellite in the Sky explained. If you have looked up in the sky at night recently, you might have noticed a train of bright lights moving across in the sky. Don't worry, it's not a UFO or an alien invasion, it is this new satellite that SpaceX launched into the sky. The lights appear in groups of up to 60 in a long line. These satellites altogether are called Starlink. Now, we know you would have hundreds of questions about this Starlink satellite, and we have Starlink Satellite in the Sky explained in detail, so let's dive in. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Success Tank. Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Also comment I subscribed, and we will personally respond to each of your comments. It is all Musk's creation. When you think of billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk, the chances are good that you think of his electric car company Tesla, his space exploration venture SpaceX, or his recent stint hosting Saturday Night Live, or maybe you just know him as one of the richest people on Earth. Something you might be less familiar with is a venture of Musk's called Starlink, which aims to sell internet connections to almost anyone on the planet by way of a growing network of private satellites orbiting overhead. Elon Musk does things that others cannot even think of, and this is exactly what happened with Starlink. When he launched the news of this satellite, he left the world in shock. Many people even thought that this is impossible, but well, those people can see the progress Starlink has made. What is Starlink? A basic idea. It is a project that was announced by Elon Musk in 2015. He announced that this project aims to launch satellites in the sky that will provide high-speed internet on the entire planet, which will be accessible by all Starlink customers. And the first prototypes of this satellite were launched into the sky in 2018. In the years since, SpaceX has deployed over 1,000 Starlink satellites into orbit across dozens of successful launches. In January, for its first Starlink mission of 2021, SpaceX launched 60 satellites into orbit from Kennedy Space Center using the landable, relaunchable Falcon 9 orbital rocket. Subsequent launches, the most recent of which delivered another 60 satellites into orbit on May 26, have brought the total number of satellites in the constellation up to 1,737. Progress made by Starlink. After years of development within SpaceX and after securing nearly $885.5 million in grant funds from the Federal Communications Commission at the end of 2020, Starlink's progress seems to be accelerating in 2021. In January, after about 3 years' worth of successful launches, the project surpassed 1,000 satellites delivered into orbit. Now, in May, the number sits at just over 1,700. Earlier in February, Musk's company disclosed that Starlink now serves more than 10,000 customers. Now, the service is in the process of expanding pre-orders to even more potential customers, with people currently living without access to high-speed internet as one of the top priorities. How to get access to Starlink? If you want to know how you can get access to it, it is actually pretty simple. All you need to do to make the connection is set up a small satellite dish at your home to receive the signal and pass the bandwidth onto your router. There's even a Starlink app for Android and iOS that uses augmented reality to help customers pick the best location and position for their receivers. Starlink service is only available in select regions in the US, Canada, and abroad at this point, but the service now boasts more than 10,000 customers, and the coverage map will continue to grow as more satellites make their way into the constellation. Eventually, Starlink hopes to blanket the entire planet in a usable, high-speed Wi-Fi signal. And we really hope it does, because having no access to the internet is one of the major issues in many parts of the world. How much does it cost? Whenever a new project launches in the world that will help people, the biggest concern people have is how much this will cost. The cost of the service is billed at $99 per month, plus taxes and fees, plus an initial payment of $500 for the mountable satellite dish and router that you'll need to install at home. Starlink says that it's taking orders from customers on a first-come, first-served basis, and that some pre-orders could take as long as 6 months to fulfill. $99 per month is a lot for an internet connection, especially one that isn't nearly as fast as a fiber connection, but Musk is betting that the cost will be worth it for people who have thus far lived without access to a reliably fast connection at all. SpaceX President Gwynne Shotwell recently told a forum on satellite technology that Starlink had no plans to add speed or pricing tiers, with the intention of keeping the service's pricing as straightforward as possible. Additionally, Shotwell said that she expects the $500 upfront cost of the receiver dish to come down in the coming years. We hope it comes down, because Musk claims that this service will benefit the people living in rural areas the most. Well, he must know that people living in rural areas can't afford $99 per month. Fiber versus Starlink. Even though many people think that fiber is the best option for internet access, we are talking about an Elon Musk project here. There's every reason to believe that services like Starlink will reach the bulk of underserved communities long before fiber ever will. Recent FCC filings also suggest that Starlink could ultimately double as a dedicated phone service, too. Whatever Elon Musk does, he does perfectly. SpaceX is the only company on the planet with a landable, reusable rocket capable of delivering payload after payload into orbit. Don't you think a company that can do that can provide you with a better service than fiber? This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.